Today I am discussing about sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed by consolidation and cementation of sediments deposited underwater. Sedimentary rocks occur in layers and frequently contain fossils. Now, formation of sedimentary rocks. The formation of sedimentary rocks takes place in three stages. First, weathering and erosion of pre-existing rocks. Second, sedimentation. And third, lithification and diagenesis. First, weathering and erosion. During weathering and erosion, the pre-existing rocks and their constituent minerals are broken down. The material thus produced is called the sediments. The sediments are usually transported and deposited in areas of accumulation by the action of water or less frequently by glacial or wind action. During transportation, the sediments are roughly sorted and deposited according to size. Bigger rocks fragments such as gravels settle first. Sands are next in order and clay are deposited in the last. The minerals which are dissolved by water travel in solution. Sedimentation. The process of accumulation of sediments at a site of deposition is called the sedimentation. The material carried in solution precipitates and accumulates. Sedimentation is the intermediate stage in the formation of sedimentary rocks. Lithification and diagenesis. Lithification is a process by which soft and loose sediments are converted into hard and firm rocks. This process is also called consolidation. During this process, many physical and chemical changes takes place within the sediments. Such changes are called the diagenesis changes, and the process is described as diagenesis. The diagenesis includes three processes: compaction, second cementation, and third recrystallization. Compaction occurs when the weight of overlying layers compresses the sediments below. As the grains of sediments are pressed closer and closer together, there is consolidable reduction in pore space and volume. Fine-grained sediments such as clay are consolidated or more effectively by this process. Cementation. Cementation. When water circulates through the pores of coarse-grained sediments, dissolved minerals matter is precipitated between the grains which cause cementation. The most common cementing materials are silica, calcium carbonate, iron oxide, and clay minerals. The identification of the cementing material is a relatively simple matter. Calcite cement will effervesce with dilute hydrochloric acid, while iron oxide give rise the rock a characteristic red change or yellow color. Silica, the hardest of the cements, produces the hardest sedimentary rocks. Recrystallization. Although most sedimentary rocks are lithified by compaction, cementation, or a combination of both, some are consolidated chiefly by the recrystallization of their constructions. Chemically formed rocks such as limestone, dolomite, salts, and gypsum are the example of rocks consolidated by recrystallization. Now I am teaching on the topic clastic sediments and non-clastic sediments. Clastic sediments. Clastic sediments are broken fragments of pre-existing rocks ranging in size from clay particles to a very large boulders. Clastic sediments are formed by the mechanical accumulation of grains of clastic sediments. Depending upon the size of the constituent grain, the clastic rocks are classified into three groups. First, rudiceous rocks, second, arenaceous rocks, and third, argillaceous rocks. Rudiceous rocks. These are formed by accumulation of bigger rocks fragments such as gravels, pebbles, and boulders. If the grains are rounded, the rock is called conglomerate, and if they are angular, the rock is called as breccia. Arenaceous rocks. These rocks are composed almost entirely of sand grains. When individual grains are rounded, the rock is called sandstone, and grit if the grains are angular. Argillaceous rocks. These rocks are made up of very fine grained sediments. Shale and mud stone are typical argillaceous rocks which are composed of clay sized sediments. Non-clastic sediments. This is very important topic in sedimentary rocks. Non-clastic rocks include those sedimentary rocks which are formed by chemically precipitation of minerals from water or by accumulation of remains of animals and plants. They are classified into two groups: chemically formed rocks and second, organically formed rocks. Chemically formed rocks. These rocks are formed when minerals matter chemically formed rocks. These rocks are formed when mineral matter in solution is precipitated from water, usually because of changes in water temperature or in the chemical content of water. Such chemical sediments are derived from the dissolution of materials from older rocks and subsequent transportation of dissolved chemical substances into a sea or lake. On the basis of composition, the chemically formed rocks are classified into following categories or types. First, carbonate rocks. Limestone and dolomites are the most abundant carbonate rocks. They are formed by chemically precipitation of calcium carbonate from seawater. Second, rock salts. Evaporation. Evaporation is the major process involved in the deposition of chemical precipitation. The salt deposits formed by the evaporation of saline lakes are called the evaporites. The principal minerals of these deposits are chlorides and sulfates of sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Rock salts, gypsum, and anhydrites are by far the most abundant minerals of evaporites. They commonly from massive beds. Third, ferruginous rocks. This group includes those rocks which are formed by the chemical precipitation of iron oxides. Such rocks contain a high proportion of iron-bearing minerals such as siderite, hematite, and pyrite. Ironstone is an example of ferruginous rocks. Siliceous deposits. Siliceous rocks are formed when silica is precipitated from water. Examples of such deposits are flint, chat, jasper, and agate. Organically formed rocks. These rocks are composed mainly of remains of animals or plants. Organically formed rocks are subdivided into two groups: biochemical rocks and second organic rocks. Biochemical rocks. First, biochemical rocks. The biochemical sediment is produced when plant and animals living under water extract from it dissolves mineral matter, usually calcite, to form shale, SHELLS, or other hard parts. These shells accumulates on the ocean floor in a great quantities is to form sedimentary rocks. An example of biochemical rock is shale limestone. Second, organic rocks. Rocks containing organic matter belongs to this group. An example of such rocks is coal. These are also called the carbonaceous rocks. Thanks.